How mirroring builds trust. The subtle art. Have you ever been in a conversation, saying all the right things, nodding at the right times, but there's just an invisible wall between you and the other person? It's this frustrating, almost physical barrier that stops a normal chat from becoming a real connection. You feel unheard, disconnected, and you can't for the life of you figure out why. What if you could just dissolve that wall? What if a tiny, almost unnoticeable shift in your posture, your tone, or even your word choice could make someone instantly feel like you're both on the same team? This isn't a superpower. It's a very real psychological phenomenon known as mirroring. This is the subtle art that can turn strangers into allies and conversations into genuine connections. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. What is mirroring? The science of connection. So what exactly is this secret technique? Mirroring, which psychologists sometimes call the chameleon effect, is the subconscious or totally intentional act of imitating another person's body language, speech patterns, or emotions. And the funny thing is, we all do it naturally without even thinking about it. Ever noticed you start talking a bit faster when you're with a high-energy friend, or that you lean in when your conversation partner does? That's mirroring in action. This stuff is deeply wired into our brains. It's run by something called mirror neurons, brain cells that fire both when we do an action and when we see someone else do that same action. This neural mimicry gets our nervous systems to sync up, creating a feeling of emotional safety and rapport. When you mirror someone, you're sending a powerful subconscious signal that says, "Hey, I'm like you. I'm with you. I get it." That feeling of being seen and validated is the absolute bedrock of trust. It's why studies have found that when waitstaff simply repeat a customer's order back to them verbatim, their tips can jump significantly. In one famous study, by nearly 70%. By the time we're done here, you'll understand the different layers of mirroring and how to use them authentically to build deeper, more meaningful connections in every part of your life. Section 1. The foundation. Mirroring body language. The easiest place to start is with body language. Our nonverbal cues often say way more than our words, and aligning yours with someone else's is the first step in building that subconscious bridge. This is all about subtly matching their posture, gestures, and overall energy. So, if they're leaning back with their arms crossed, you might wait a moment and then adopt a similarly relaxed posture. If they lean forward with excitement, you can gradually lean in too, showing you share their engagement. The key here is to be subtle. This isn't a game of Simon Says. If you copy every single move the second they make it, you're just going to look like a weirdo, and any trust you were building will vanish. Instead, think of it like a dance. Let them lead, and you follow the general rhythm, not every single step. A powerful little technique here is mirroring head movements. When you're listening and want to show you're locked in, try the triple nod, a slow, deliberate series of 3 nods. It signals deep listening and encourages the speaker to keep going. You can also mirror hand gestures. If they talk with their hands a lot, try using yours a little more than you normally would when you respond. Even matching someone's eye contact works. If they hold a strong, direct gaze, meet it. If their gaze is a bit softer or more indirect, don't get into a staring contest. Just adopt a similar, more relaxed level of eye contact. You're signaling that you're on the same social wavelength. By matching these physical cues, you create a sense of harmony and safety, making them more open to you and your ideas before you even get to the main point of the conversation. Section 2. The sound of connection, mirroring voice and speech. Once you've got the body language down, the next layer is what we hear: mirroring voice and speech. This is often even more powerful because it's less noticeable, which makes it feel more genuine. It's all about matching their pace, volume, and tone. First, think about pace. If you're talking to a fast-talking, high-energy person and you respond with a slow, quiet drawl, it creates a disconnect. They might subconsciously see you as sluggish or just not interested. On the flip side, if someone speaks slowly and deliberately and you fire back with rapid-fire sentences, you can seem impatient or pushy. The goal is to find their rhythm and join them there. It feels like two people singing in tune. It's harmonious and just flows. Volume is another big one. If someone is speaking softly, bringing your volume down to match theirs creates a sense of intimacy and trust. If they're speaking with loud, booming energy, raising your own energy level shows you can meet their enthusiasm. Finally, there's tone. This is about matching the emotional texture of their voice. If they share exciting news with an upbeat, rising tone, and you respond with a flat, monotone voice, you just killed the vibe. Reflect their excitement back to them. If they're talking about something serious with a grave, low tone, your response should carry a similar weight. This shows empathy on a whole other level. You're showing them that you don't just hear their words, you feel the emotion behind them. Section 3. The words that bond. Verbal mirroring. Beyond how you sound, there are the actual words you use. Verbal mirroring is a dead simple yet incredibly powerful way to make someone feel heard. In its most basic form, you just repeat a few of their key words or phrases. Let's say a coworker tells you, "I'm just really overwhelmed with the Johnson project. The deadline is impossible." A totally unmirrored response would be, "Yeah, we're all busy." See how that dismisses their specific problem? Now here's a mirrored response. "It sounds like that impossible deadline for the Johnson project is really overwhelming you." Notice the difference? You took their key phrases, impossible deadline, Johnson project, overwhelming, and wove them right back in. This does two things. First, it proves you were actually listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Second, it validates their feelings without you even having to agree. You're just holding up a mirror and saying, "This is what I heard. Did I get that right?" This technique is a secret weapon in negotiations because it immediately makes people less defensive and more willing to find a solution with you. You can also mirror their quirky word choices. If there's someone who constantly says fabulous and you drop a fabulous into your response, it creates a tiny subconscious spark of connection. They feel like, "This person gets it. They speak my language." Section 4. The deepest level, emotional mirroring. This brings us to the final, most advanced form, emotional mirroring. This is way beyond just body language or words. It's about reflecting someone's core emotional state. It's about showing empathy with your entire being. If someone is telling you a joyful story, your face should light up with a genuine smile. You laugh when they laugh. You're literally sharing their happiness, which creates a positive feedback loop. And this is more than just faking a smile. It's about letting yourself feel a piece of their joy and reflecting it back. But where this really matters is in the tough moments. If a friend is sharing a story of loss, their energy is low, their face is still. The absolute worst thing you can do is hit them with cheerful, high-energy advice. Emotional mirroring demands you meet them right where they are. You might adopt a stiller posture, soften your face, and let there be quiet pauses in the conversation. You're non-verbally communicating. It's okay to feel this way. I'm right here with you. This builds profound trust and can be incredibly healing for people who grew up feeling like their emotions weren't allowed. This is the peak of mirroring because you can't fake it. It's about being present enough to genuinely feel a flicker of what they're feeling and having the courage to show it. When you get this right, you create a level of connection that small talk could never even touch. The "don't be creepy" caveat. Authenticity is everything. Okay, we have to talk about the most important rule of mirroring. Don't be creepy. There's a very fine line between subtle, empathetic mirroring and just being an unsettling mimic. If you're a carbon copy, instantly repeating every move and word, you will be spotted. And when you are, it feels incredibly manipulative and will destroy any trust you were trying to build. The point of this isn't to trick someone into liking you. The real goal is to use mirroring as a way to power up a genuine connection. It's about shifting your focus from yourself, what you're going to say next, how you look, and putting it 100% on the other person. Authenticity is your anchor here. Your mirroring should always come from a real desire to understand. Don't lose yourself in the process. You're not trying to become them. You're just stepping into their world for a moment to show them they aren't alone. Start small. In your next chat, just focus on matching their vocal pace. Then, in another one, try mirroring their posture. As you practice these things one by one, they'll become a natural part of your communication toolkit, used not for manipulation, but for genuine connection. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Think about a time you felt an instant, effortless connection with someone. A new friend, a colleague, maybe a first date. In the comments below, share that story. Now that you know about mirroring, do you think it might have been happening? Your story could give someone else that aha moment. And if you're getting value from learning how to tear down these invisible walls, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of human connection. Conclusion: that invisible wall in your conversations, it's not permanent. It's just a barrier built from missed signals and a simple disconnect in style. Mirroring is the key that unlocks the whole thing. It's the subtle art of using your body, your voice, and your words to show someone that they are seen, heard, and felt. By subtly matching their posture, you tell them they're safe. By echoing their pace, you tell them you're in sync. By reflecting their emotions, you tell them they are understood. This isn't about losing who you are. It's about finding a real connection with someone else. You have the power to make people feel truly understood. So go out there, start listening with your whole self, and watch those walls come tumbling down.